Hey, what's up guys? My name is Justin and this is Jungle Domination, and hopefully this is going up on the Hupit Community channel. If it is, my name is Justin, I'm 18 years old and I basically play Call of Duty, put videos on the internet with commentary over them, and yeah, basically that's what it is. I'm a freshman in college if you want to know, but that's enough about me. Now back to the gameplay. This is Jungle Domination, like I said, and my initial rush is always to rush to B, just because I feel like B on this map and on B on a lot of maps is the center point of the map, and it's what you gotta get. Now there's some maps that are not the case, I guess you could say. One of those maps are Hanoi, because it is more of a triangular formation and it plays like maps that were like Wasteland, where no matter what points you get, you're not really, having map control, because there's not really, any map control to gain from having, A and B or C and B or whatever. But on a map like this, where getting C and B pretty much means spawn trap mode, it's real important. It's really important. Now, Hanoi is a map where you should take any kind of flag you can get, just because a map like Hanoi, map control is really just based on where your team is at. It's not really based on what flags you have. But on a map like this, which I compare this map a lot like a map like High Rise, just because the way it plays out. Now I know I've heard the comparison of Wasteland as well, but that's about the air support. On Domination, the flags are set up to play like a map like High Rise. Now they're not in a full like straight line, but they play like that, and that's basically what this map is all about. If you can get C and B, which is the one I suggest, because if you have C and B, you're preventing them from having elevation on you, which is, that high cliff up there. If you can keep them from having that, which is why, I'm glad we spawned on C side, because it's much easier to gain map control if you have C and B on this map. It's also like that when you have C and B on Summit, because again, C on Summit, you have that high map control, you have that high elevation, and that's what you want. In a map like this, a map like Summit, on a raid, you got that big building with the upstairs, that people always flock to. Hanoi, you got that building right above B that has an upstairs, and the one right by, I think it's A Domination or C Domination, one of those, with that kitchen room or whatever that has an elevation as well. So elevation is key in maps like, in Domination, because if you have B and you're up in that house right above B, you pretty much can control that part of the map. And on this map, C Domination does that. If you can control that high ground, you can pretty much, dictate what happens in the map. And as long as you don't push up too far, you can spawn trap. As you can see right here, we've had them spawn trapped at A for a while, and I actually think like we triple cap them. If not now, I think you triple cap them a little later. But you can spawn trap. They fixed the spawns. They didn't fix it totally on some maps. Firing range is one of them. And of course, a map like Nuketown is never gonna get fixed because it's so damn small. But some maps, the spawning system is a little wacky still. But watch this kill feed, by the way, in this chopper gunner. Don't watch the chopper gunner, just watch the kill feed. But anyways, so yeah, some maps the spawning system is a little kooky, but on maps like this, Array is another one, and Summit is another one, you can spawn trap really well. And it's usually the maps with long lines of sight. And this map has long lines of sight, Summit has long lines of sight, Array has long lines of sight, and it's those maps that you can spawn trap well. I mean, firing range has long lines of sight, but it's such a small map and it's so like hectic, and it is also a straight line. So, I mean, the flags are up in a straight line, so it's pretty hectic when it gets to the middle part of the map, which is where you gotta run to get B, which is kind of the down part of playing maps like this, because it gets so hectic around that flag that you will rack up a lot of deaths trying to capture those flags. But luckily, I was able to get the flags, and we were pretty much able to spawn trap them. And right here you see us triple cap them. And my team did a great job. If you didn't see, the V flag was flashing, and my team did a great job of getting them off of B. And right here, this is where the spawns flipped for the first time of the game. And it's about, what, 4 minutes, 5 minutes into the commentary, and it took them that long to switch the spawns. So you see how you can spawn trap on this map. We have been spawn trapped for at least 4 to 5 minutes, so pretty effective. The one spot, if you want to protect B well without having to always go back and defend it, what you can do is watch this fail here. Instead of going for the guy who would have been facing me, I went for the guy whose back was towards me. I make noob mistakes like that all the time. I'm not the most perfect player. If I was, I'd get scores like these all the time, but it's not the case. I do make mistakes, but I learn from them sometimes. Sometimes I don't. But, you know, it's indecisions like that that make me an average player. I wish I could call myself a good player, but in my eyes, I don't see myself as a good player. But, you know, it's whatever. You guys can think of whatever you want. I just, you know, try to make commentaries interesting. Try to help out the people that are still struggling, especially with this game, which is much more harder than Modern Warfare 2 ever was. But I don't know, I find it a lot easier. Like, a lot of people complain, but I actually find it like super easy to get kills. But that doesn't mean like I do good all the time. It's just that I find it like real easy to get kills. But anyways, so here I get into my second chopper gunner of the game, and I pretty much wreck house here. As you can see now, we have them as a, I think we don't have B right now, but I think we're about to get it, and I think that's going to be another triple cappage right here. And we had a couple times where we triple cap them, which you don't really want to do, but if you have to, you know, you got to do what you got to do to get the win. We didn't really need to triple cap them, but I guess my teammates felt like they had the need, because I'm playing with a bunch of randoms, like I probably mentioned before. So there's no really communication, and that's the downside of, you know, just playing with a bunch of random people on the internet, or on Xbox Live, I should say. It's because you don't really have the, I should say, the communication as you would if you're rolling with a team, which is why Hupit is a pretty big deal, because if you're having trouble, if you're struggling, I know you guys probably know this, but I'm just gonna mention it anyways. If you're struggling, you know, just go on Hupit and find the team. You know, it's pretty easy. I don't have a team as of yet, but you know what it is. I like playing the lone wolf style sometimes as well. Sometimes I just like, you know, that me time so I can get my kills. You know, and be selfish. But you know, it happens. But I do also go for the win, and you see I do go for flags. And that's basically it. But the gameplay is coming to an end here. Not really much I can say, but you know, just spawn trap the hell out of people on this map. You know, use those barrels that I was using by B earlier, and you'll be fine. That's one good spot. The barrels by B, right below the bridge. That's a perfect spot to spawn trap. If your teammates can catch your back, you can pretty much stay there the entire game and wreck house, because you got a lot of decent cover with that barrel. And if you can get the high ground too, that's also really good. You know, that one shack thing and then the bridge. If you can get that high ground, that is perfect. But anyways, if you probably don't know about my channel, because this is the first time I'm posting up on here, come check out my channel. I don't always do tips and tricks, like I talk about random stuff as well. But if you like this style of commentary, I do lots of laid back commentary and just talking about random things that pop up in my head, or tips and tricks. Come check out my channel. I'd really appreciate it. If you do come check out my channel, let me know that you subscribed, and I'll be happy, and I'll give you a nice big internet hug. But anyways, thank you for watching. See you guys later. Peace.